for life-threatening injury. Plus a crispy stir-fry supper next, Rachel.
Weekdays at 2 on Channel 3.
We've had some rainy days here lately, parts of the Tennessee Valley have at least. While that's always a welcome sign, if you've got some issues with your crawl space or your basement, you might be holding your breath a little bit when those rainy days head our way. Well, this morning you are in luck because Anthony Davis also has headed our way. He is with AFS. Great to see you this morning.
Good to see you as well.
I have been in that category of people before, Anthony, where I just kind of cross my fingers on a heavy rain day because a lot of homes around here do have crawl spaces, not full-fledged basements, and water getting in there can be a real issue, can it?
Oh, it absolutely can. It leads to mold growth, and which also leads to poor air quality in your home.
So you don't always know. I mean, most of us are not going down there inspecting our crawl spaces on a regular basement, even our standing basements necessarily. So you can, I guess, begin to have water damage and you don't know it. Is that a common problem you see?
It's a very common problem, and what tends to happen is homeowners notice the after effects long after the water's already infiltrated into the crawl space. And so they already have structural damage and mold issues before they even know it's going on.
I think it's interesting that you're talking about the mold as much as you are the structural part of things. And I guess that's because that mold will seep in. That affects your quality of life, your health.
Well, it does. Mold really does two things. It's designed in nature to eat dead organic material. And your home is built of wood, which of course is dead organic material. So when you mix the wood with moisture and water, you're giving that living organism something to eat. So it's eating the home itself, which causes structural damage, but then it releases spores that cause poor air quality and challenges to health.
Has the industry evolved to a place now, Anthony, where there are multiple ways you can attack a problem for somebody? Is it always a sump pump that you turn to, or are there other options for people?
Well, for us, what we found in the 21 years we've been in business and the many, many thousands of homes that we've addressed and customers that we've served is that really there's a few ways to keep the water away from your home. You want to divert it away as best you can, but in the end, the truth is a home is not a submarine. It's parts of it go below grade and they go below the ground, and there's groundwater there. And that water is going to eventually get into the crawl space or the basement. And so the best alternative, the best way to take care of this problem is to capture that water as it comes in so that it's not affecting the home, drain it away to a sealed sump pump system, and get that water up and out of the house. But now, a lot of times what we think of is a lot of us have a recollection of a sump pump that's kind of an open, nasty, gross looking thing from our childhood, maybe in our grandmother's cellar. But today we put in a sealed, airtight sump pump system. You don't experience it really. It's able to control the water, get it up and out of the house without it ever being a hassle for you.
I'm guessing, I know you mentioned your 21 years in business. I'm guessing that this has been a very unusual 18 months for you in the course of your career, not only because of COVID, but also with the housing industry the way it is. I'm sure more people are looking to revamp their existing home than ever before.
Well, they are, and with the housing industry the way it is, and it being a market where there's a lot of demand for housing and not a lot of new housing going up, what we're finding is that when folks are wanting to stay in their home, they're wanting to revamp it and make sure it's a quality home that they can stay in for a long time. Or if they're attempting to sell, it's very important to have these problems dealt with, because people today, when they buy a new home, they have a home inspector come out, and one of the problems, the challenges they find is moisture or water in the basement or the crawl space.
How important is early intervention? The sooner you can jump on this, the better off you're going to be?
That's absolutely correct, because the sooner you get it taken care of, the less downline damage you're going to have. Once mold growth starts and the structural integrity of the home is then compromised, now you're dealing with more repairs. The problem only gets worse and gets more expensive to repair the more we let it go on.
And do people ever put off calling you, Anthony, because they're afraid of the price tag? I know it's not an inexpensive fix, but it is a fix.
Well, absolutely people do put it off because they're a little nervous about the price tag, but you know, if you don't know the price tag, it's better to know, and you can always call us for a free inspection. We don't charge you anything to come to your home, perform a complete and thorough inspection, crawl every single square inch of your crawl space, find out what's going on, if anything, and share with you a plan to make the repairs. And then the choice is yours as to whether or not you choose to go ahead and take care of the problem now, or you allow it to go on a little bit longer.
Okay, I have less than a minute left, but a real fast question. If you have problems with water getting into your basement or crawl space, is it also important that you attack your gutters and your drain pipes to make sure that they're working properly?
Well, absolutely. You definitely want your gutters to keep them cleaned out with the rains that are coming in here this next week. Make sure your gutters are cleaned out. And one of the services we also offer is that we can take those downspouts and extend them away from the house with an underground pipe, so you won't have to see it or experience it, but to get that water as far away from the house as possible.
Anthony, you've been great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, and you have a great day.
Here's how you can get in touch with them. Again, the estimate's going to be free to you, 226-3546. Online, it's afsrepair.com. You heard him say it, 21 years in the business. They've seen a thing or two. Thanks again.
Every day, you wake up and drive to the factory